to me and say, he's not yours, it's just your turn. Just as easily as somebody can turn to you, especially in the manosphere space online, and say, she's not yours, it's just your turn. But what does this mean, this phrase? She's not yours, it's just your turn. There's something about that plays into our fears so well within the mind. Fear card coming through. There's something about that the mind just wants to cling to it for that sense of safety, for that sense of confidence. I don't have to get hurt, right? If I don't try at all. I don't have to ever fail if I don't even try. I don't have to stay with somebody. I don't have to find love if she can never be fully mine. If she can never be fully my turn for life, well, she's not mine. It's just my turn anyways. So what's the point? What's the point of going out there and creating a space of loving connection with somebody? What's the freaking point? Especially if it's only temporary with that implication there. There's something safe to not trying at all, right? But there's something more nuanced going on. And on this channel, that's mainly what I'm going to be doing, is opening your mind to the nuance, because it's not as simple as you don't try, so you don't have to fail. But when you're doing this healing work, then you have to sort of reprimand yourself and feel guilty about never trying. You don't have to feel guilty about never trying. It's not your fault that you lose your strength card coming through, within social situations, within bonding with people. That's not your fault. We live in a very disconnected society. You know, we live in a capitalistic society. I've self-isolated so much throughout my life because I spent a lot of time placing my value and my sense of reality trying to look like somebody different than myself, trying to be somebody that I'm not, all because I was ashamed. So, you know, if I'm trying to heal and I have to come to terms with the ways in which I socially isolated and never put myself out there and never tried to date, if I'm trying to heal and I have to look back at myself and reprimand myself and say, hey, you isolating yourself in your room because of your body insecurities, that's your fault. There's no good reason that you're self-isolating right now. It's just because you don't love yourself enough. Is that what I'm trying to say? Or is there something more nuanced to what is going on? Is there something about your pain that's being protected when you say things like, she's not yours, it's just your turn? Is there something about the sacrifice of having to connect with somebody that is just not worth giving up? It's just not worth trying? It's just not worth moving forward? It's not worth taking that leap of faith? But hey, it's because there's something about that that's protecting you. It's not that we live in a world full of broken, bad people. It's that we live in a world full of people, and human beings are utterly flawed. And sometimes they are going to hurt you. But that does not mean that you deliberately hurt yourself by isolating yourself. You didn't mean to do that. You were merely just protecting yourself. This language that we preach in the manosphere all day long. All women are like that. This, that, and the third. There's something about this that's deeply protecting us. that's deeply protecting you. Justice card coming through. You have to have a sense of compassion for yourself, for, in a sense, feeling like you betrayed yourself, because that's the hardest part to overcome. But if only you could see how much you were up against since you were a child, you could have that compassion and you could have that empathy, but it's hard. This isn't just as easy as love yourself, okay? It's not. It takes patience. It takes time to overcome these fears of self-sacrifice, to overcome these fears of vulnerability, and to connect with somebody in a society that's so disconnected from each other. That takes real freaking courage and consistency. And many of us are distracted right now online. We don't know how to reintegrate ourselves in a world in which that's so hurt and so disconnected, because we're not the only ones.